My brother stole our mother's house and threw her out on the street, so I built a $10 million brand with her and exposed his eviction with CCTV footage to our 10 million followers. Have always believed that the world was not meant to be seen through a window, but felt beneath your boots. While my siblings charted their lives on spreadsheets and sought stability in suburban cul-de-sacs, I was mapping trails in the Patagonian winds and chasing sunsets in the Himalayas. I was the youngest, the wild card, the one my family called the dreamer. My camera was my compass, and my YouTube channel, Wanderlust Chronicles, was my diary for a few thousand kindred spirits. It was a life of freedom, but its true purpose, the most important journey of my life, was one I never could have planned. This is a story for anyone who has ever felt like the black sheep, for anyone who believes that family is defined by love, not blood. It's a testament to the fact that sometimes the greatest adventures lead you back to where you started. If you believe in second chances, fierce loyalty, and the sweet taste of poetic justice, then you're in the right place. For more tales of redemption, family, and turning pain into power, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let me tell you about the day my entire world shifted on its axis. I had just returned from a breathtaking, soul-cleansing solo hike through the Swiss Alps. My body was tired, but my spirit was soaring. I decided to take a long, meandering walk through my hometown, a place I hadn't seen in nearly a year. The familiar streets felt both comforting and strangely small. As I crossed the bridge over the river that cut through the city's industrial edge, a movement caught my eye. Down in the shadowy underpass, tucked against the cold concrete, was a small, faded green tent. It was a sad, familiar sight in a city struggling with homelessness. But something about the figure sitting on an overturned crate, meticulously folding a threadbare blanket, made my breath catch in my throat. It was the posture, the specific way she tilted her head. My feet moved on their own, carrying me down the embankment. As I got closer, the details came into heartbreaking focus. The woman's hands were raw and chapped. Her hair, once a source of immense pride, was a matted, grey-streaked tangle. She was wearing a coat that was too thin for the chilly evening. And then she looked up. Time stopped. The world dissolved into a silent, horrifying roar. The face looking back at me, etched with a hardship I could not comprehend, was the face of the woman who had sung me lullabies, who had bandaged my scraped knees, who had poured every ounce of her love into raising me. It was my mother. Mom. The word was a shattered whisper. Her eyes, the same warm brown as my own, widened in a mixture of shock, shame, and a flicker of impossible hope. Leo, she breathed. I didn't think. I ran the last few steps and wrapped my arms around her, pulling her thin, trembling frame against me. She felt so fragile. The dam broke then. She buried her face in my shoulder and sobbed. Great, heaving sobs that seemed to tear themselves from the deepest part of her soul. All her strength, her dignity, had been worn away to this. I've got you, Mom, I whispered, my own tears mixing with the grime on her jacket. I've got you. You're safe now. I took her back to my hotel room. I ran a hot bath for her, bought her new soft clothes, and ordered enough room service to feed a small army. Over a quiet dinner, the story tumbled out of her, a tale of betrayal so cold it made my blood run cold. My eldest brother, David, the responsible one, the executor of her estate, had manipulated her. He had brought her documents to sign, talking fast, mumbling about tax shelters and estate planning to protect the family. Trusting her firstborn son, she signed. She had unknowingly signed over her house, her savings, everything she and my father had built together. The moment the ink was dry, his demeanor changed. He told her the house was his. He told her she was a burden. He gave her 2 hours to pack a bag and get out. When my sister Maya had tried to intervene, he had thrown her out too, calling her a spinster failure who was leeching off the family. Maya, I said, a new wave of panic crashing over me. Where is she? She's working, my mother said, her voice hollow. Her night shift, cleaning offices downtown. She comes back to the tent when she's done. I left my mother in the safety of the hotel room and drove to the address she gave me. I found Maya leaving a sterile, glass-fronted office building, her shoulders slumped with exhaustion, her cleaning cart parked inside. The look on her face when she saw me, a mixture of utter shock, relief, and profound shame, will haunt me forever. We held each other in the empty parking lot. Two siblings reunited in a nightmare. I brought them both home with me, not to a house, but to my life of adventure. Their first few weeks were a process of healing, of slowly remembering how to feel safe. Then, an idea was born. We started a new YouTube channel, The Phoenix Trips. We documented it all, the raw, emotional conversations, their first time on a plane, my mother tasting exotic fruit for the first time, Maya rediscovering her laughter on a beach in Bali. Our story of resilience resonated. Our subscriber count didn't just grow, it exploded. People were invested in their journey, in their rebirth. Capitalizing on this organic movement, we launched Phoenix Rising, a clothing and natural skincare brand. The clothes were designed for comfort and durability, inspired by our travels. The skincare line was based on recipes my mother remembered from her own mother, using natural ingredients we sourced ethically. It was an immediate success. The story behind the brand was our most powerful marketing tool. At our party to celebrate 10 million followers, surrounded by light and love and the deafening sound of our success, the ghost from our past arrived. David walked in as if he owned the place, a magnanimous smile on his face. "Mom, Leo, look at all this. I always knew you had it in you," he said, reaching to hug our mother. The room went silent. My mother, now a woman rebuilt with steel and wisdom, took a step back. Maya stood firm beside her. "You are not welcome here, David," I said, my voice calm, but carrying across the room. His smile twisted into a sneer. "After everything I did for this family, this is my success too." "We kicked him out," I said to the stunned crowd of friends, partners and fans. "This is the man who threw his own mother and sister out onto the street." He left, humiliated, but his threats started the very next day. He gave interviews to anyone who would listen, painting me as a manipulative son who had brainwashed our mother for her money, who had turned his sister against him. He said Phoenix Rising was a fraudulent scheme. But I had been prepared for this day since I found my mother under that bridge. While we traveled, I had also been investigating. I had tracked down the notary who witnessed the documents and got a sworn affidavit about David's pressured, misleading explanations. I had obtained the bank records showing the massive transfers to his account, and the crowning jewel. I had used the Freedom of Information Act to secure the CCTV footage from the security camera on our childhood home's porch. The footage was silent, but it needed no sound. It showed David, clear as day, physically pushing our mother and a crying Maya out the front door and throwing a single suitcase after them before slamming the door shut. I didn't just release the evidence, I weaponized it with precision. I bought targeted ad space on the very online articles and YouTube videos where David was giving his defamatory interviews. The ad was a short, powerful clip. The CCTV footage, the document signatures, and a shot of my mother's face, then and now. The caption read, "This is the truth. This is why we rise. #Phoenix Rising." I turned his venom into our vaccine. The result was catastrophic for him and glorious for us. The court of public opinion eviscerated him. Our sales skyrocketed as people voted with their wallets to support our story of overcoming betrayal. The hashtag went viral. David, exposed as a monstrous liar and a bully, was completely and utterly cancelled. Facing potential civil lawsuits and universal contempt, he did the only thing he could do. He deleted his social media, sold his ill-gotten house, and disappeared from our city and from our lives forever. The silence he left behind was a blessing. My mother, Maya, and I stood together in our shared success. A family forged anew in the fires of betrayal and forged stronger in the kiln of love and adventure. We had not just built a brand, we had built a new legacy, one defined not by what was taken from us, but by what we had given to each other.